Hey guys, it's Nicole and I'm here with my 33-week pregnancy update. So we're just gonna jump right into the video. So this week, baby is the size of a celery. At least I think, maybe I should look that up really quick. Hold on. Oh my god, this hurts. Oh crap. Holy crap, that was hard.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
I'm pretty sure baby is the size of like a thing of celery, but let me look that up really quick. And sorry if you guys can hear Ryder barking in the background. She's so annoying. Every single time somebody walks past our house, then she has to go freak out. So yeah, baby is as big as celery this week. So it also says that baby is weighing in at about a little over 4 pounds, which is just insane to me because when I was born, I'm a twin, and so when I was born, I was a little over 4 pounds and my sister was a little over 5 pounds, and yeah, it's crazy to me that like my baby is weighing at basically the same size that I was when I was born. I've also gained a total of 26 pounds so far, which is freaking insane. I don't know, I know I've mentioned this before, I don't know if I weighed more than I thought before I was pregnant, or if I'm just gaining way more weight with this pregnancy. But when I was pregnant with Aaliyah, and I looked back at like some of my old pregnancy videos when I was pregnant with Aaliyah at around this stage, and I did look a lot like skinnier, you know, like when it came to like my hips and my legs and my arms and stuff. I feel like I looked a lot skinnier, so I'm thinking I might have just been gaining more weight with this pregnancy, or it's just adding on faster. I don't know, but I've gained a total of 26 pounds so far, and that puts me at 160, which was the weight that I was the day I gave birth to Aaliyah. So at 41 weeks, I was 160 pounds with Aaliyah, and at 33 weeks this time around, I'm 160 pounds. So I'm honestly pretty terrified to figure out how much more weight I am gonna gain. I've also been really emotional these last couple weeks. My hormones, I feel like it's kind of like bipolar, because like right now in the last couple days I haven't been feeling as emotional, but for a while there I was feeling pretty emotional, and I listed some things, some silly reasons of why I've cried the last couple weeks, and this is just to illustrate, I guess, for you guys how ridiculous my hormones have been. One day I cried because, well, I had tears in my eyes. I wasn't like straight crying, but like I was like very, very upset and very hormonal over the fact that somebody threw away my cake. A couple weeks ago, my best friend had a birthday party for her son, and her mom made, like, her mom's like a super dope cake maker, and her mom made like this bomb-ass freaking Batman cake for her son's birthday, and it was like one of those super fancy cakes. It was delicious. She did a freaking phenomenal job with it, and barely anybody ate any of it. Like, there was still so much of it left over because it was like a 2-layered cake, so the whole bottom layer was basically left. And I was asking Kendra at the end of the birthday party, like, what do you guys want to do with the cake? And she was like, we're just gonna throw it away. And I was like, I'll take the cake. So I ended up taking the cake, and it sat at my house for probably a couple days, and I was trying to pace myself. I wasn't trying to eat this whole damn cake like to myself, and so I was kind of like sparing it, and I left it out on the counter, and my mom threw it away, and I was very, very upset. I don't think I've ever been so upset over food since the last time I was pregnant. I've also been really emotional and crying over the fact, or wanting to cry over the fact, that my body hurts so bad. Like, I just cannot get comfortable. Even sitting down is just wildly uncomfortable, let alone standing up and going to work. Like, it's just so uncomfortable. And then I've also gotten hormonal and upset over the fact that I feel like Sean doesn't understand how uncomfortable I am. You can only do so much for somebody when they're in pain, or like, you know, with pregnancy, like there's not really much that you can do for somebody, and I just like, it makes me so hormonal and upset that like nobody can do anything for me. And I'll tell Sean like, oh my god, dude, you don't understand, like my feet hurt so bad, they're so swollen, my legs hurt, my belly hurts, my back hurts, like everything freaking hurts and it's so uncomfortable. And he's just like, I'm sorry, baby. Like, what can I do for you? I'm like, you know there's nothing you can do for me. Like, you've done enough, Sean. Like I mentioned before, my feet and my hands are swelling so bad. My hands not so much right now, but I notice it a lot when I'm at work. And then my feet, like my ankles and my calves and my feet are just like swollen all the time. And then of course heartburn. I've been going through Tums like a madman. Like I literally cannot have enough Tums. So I'm really hoping this baby comes out with a full head of hair, because I had really bad heartburn with Aaliyah and she came out with a full head of hair and I thought she was beautiful. I've also been feeling a bit more energized within the last couple days. I feel like that has to do with the fact that I did cut my hours back at work. So I went from working 26 to 30 hours to, the last couple weeks I've been working, last week and then this week, I've been working 12 to 15 hours. So this week I'll work 15 hours. I'm working a lot less than I was before. So thank God for Sean for getting a job and making that possible, because I honestly don't know what I would be doing right now. Like, I don't know how I would be handling things if I still had to go to work 30 hours a week and be on my feet all the time. Yeah, and then this is the last week that I'll be working 15 hours, and then they're going to start scheduling me for 20 hours because I'll be working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the last couple weeks I've just been working Friday, Saturdays. And then I've had like 5 days off in a row and it's been so nice. I'm bored out of my mind, but it's so nice. And plus the weather has been getting a lot better and the weather has been really nice the last couple days. So I feel like that has a lot to do with like my energy levels and my motivation and everything. And I've been feeling a lot better energy wise. So that's really nice. I've also been noticing, and I've noticed this for like the last couple weeks, I just keep forgetting to mention it, but the circles under my eyes, or the bags under my eyes, have gotten so much darker from this pregnancy. And I feel like it's a mixture of like hormones and lack of sleep. But yeah, the bags under my eyes have gotten so dark. Like when I'm not wearing makeup, it is so bad. And even family members that have come over have been like, dude, like, why is your freaking eyes so dark underneath? You look like you got punched in the face. And it's just like, well, why do you have to bring that up? Can you just pretend like you didn't notice? And I've always been that way. Like, I've always had bags under my eyes or dark circles under my eyes, even as a little girl. But pregnancy just makes them way, way more unattractive. I've also been having like really tender boobs, like, and it's not like any pain that I've had so far with this pregnancy. At the beginning of my pregnancy, my boobs were like super sore and just like, I don't know, like they were like sore to the touch. And now I feel like it's more like my nipples, like they like sting almost, or like tingle, like I don't know. It's really uncomfortable, and it's just kind of like I'll be walking through the store and just be like, damn, like my fucking boobs hurt. I'm also starting to get that pregnancy line down my belly. I'm also starting to get so freaking excited that Liam is coming. You guys, if you haven't seen my name reveal, that's his name, is Liam. I guess I'll kind of talk about like how we decided on that name a little bit. Originally, we were thinking of a different name. So originally we were thinking of naming him Kian, and that's what his name was going to be. And then I realized that like somebody I knew had a son named Kian, and that just kind of like crushed that for me. And then but I had like kind of been talking about the name Liam with Sean on and off. Like that was always like one of our shared names that we both liked, but I just didn't want to go with Liam because I felt like it's very common, you know, like it's a very common name, and I really wanted to find something unique, you know, because like when I named Aaliyah, then I had never heard of the name Aaliyah, and I had never met anybody with the name Aaliyah. I had never, you know, like it was brand spanking new to me, but I hear the name Liam a lot. Liam I feel like is a very common name, so that's kind of like what was turning me off from the name. But after I brought it up to Maggie and told her that that was the name that we were thinking of, like her reaction is ultimately what made me, you know, think like, oh, you know what, I like that. I like Liam, you know, and then I kind of just came to the realization that like it doesn't really matter if it's common because I like it, and I've never met anybody with the name Liam, and I don't know anybody. I mean, now I have somebody on Facebook that I used to know who has a son named Liam, and then I hear the name all the time, but it's just came down to, you know, I like it and Sean likes it, and then after a while, then like I just kind of like, it just kind of stuck with us, and I just kept, you know, calling the baby Liam, and then he just kind of like became Liam. I think it's a really nice name, and Aaliyah and Liam, I feel like it goes well together. And yeah, my mom, I think she's kind of on the fence about it because yeah, she keeps mentioning like, oh, you're gonna get them mixed up all the time, you know, Aaliyah and Liam. Yeah, Liam is his name, and we're just getting so excited. I've got 7 weeks left until I have this baby, and some days I feel like that is like right around the corner and it's gonna come so fast, and other days I feel like it is going so slow, and like 7 weeks is such a long time. And I went over my due date with Aaliyah, so then I sometimes think like, what if I go over my due date with Liam? And it's just, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm getting really excited about it, but there's times where I feel like it's just not happening fast enough. So my cravings these last couple weeks, of course I'm craving sweets. I'm craving dirt, of course. And I've been craving and enjoying ice chips, which is just so similar to my pregnancy with Aaliyah. I crave dirt and ice like crazy, and the nice thing now is the fact that they have chewy ice at like basically all the gas stations. I did not have that luxury when I was pregnant with Aaliyah. I had to just eat big old chunks of ice, you know, or like ice cubes. But they actually have ice chips at the gas stations now, which is so nice. So I've been having Sean on his way home from work usually pick me up a cup of ice so that I can chew on the ice. I've also been craving the last couple days alcohol. So it's not even like I've been craving like the taste, obviously, like, you know, like when I think about drinking alcohol, it makes me want to throw up and I feel super nauseous. But I have just been really wanting to like de-stress with a glass of wine, or, you know, like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or something. Like I've been really craving that, you know, the ability to sit down and have a drink, you know, like that just sounds so freaking nice to me, and I literally cannot freaking wait to have a drink. That is all I have for this week's update. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will show you guys my 33-week pregnant belly, and then we'll be done. Oh my god, this always hurts. Shit. Oh, I feel like my hips are gonna break every time I try and get up after sitting down for so long. Oh my god. Okay, so here's with the shirt on. And then with the shirt off. Definitely carrying him so much lower than I was with Aaliyah. Way lower. That is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and request videos, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!